Hello, David Ritzy for the Bond Experience. Welcome back. Trains and James Bond go together like peanut butter and chocolate. And a lot of that has to do with a certain author named Ian Fleming. Now, it's no mystery if you've read the novels that Ian Fleming had a certain perception or attitude towards trains, and it wasn't always the most positive. Yes, there was the opulence, the absolute luxury of train travel back in the 1950s, but he also saw it as a place of incredible drama, of conflict, and of espionage. And that attitude towards trains, the use of the environment of the trains, of a vehicle, of mystery, but also destiny for James Bond and certain nefarious characters, continued on in the movies. Now, for you eagle-eyed individuals, sartorial eagle-eyed, I am wearing a train outfit. It's a James Bond train outfit. It's the molten Olabar brown. I've got the Omega 300-meter watch on, the Spectre one, and I've got the matchless jacket. This happens to be the Royal Filmwear one. The matchless jacket's right there. But my point being is you never know what you're going to wear or get on a train. Now, today is kind of auspicious because we're going to bring the history of trains and James Bond together in an immersive experience. That's just how we do it on the Bond Experience, because Mike Poplawski, who is the culture of Bond, has created an immersive experience that has to do with a train, dining, food, opulence, James Bond history, and a group of, well, let's just call not so nefarious characters, but maybe familiar ones. But I think I'm a little underdressed for this event since it is about opulence. I'll go get changed, but I'll see you on the journey there. So Danielle and I very smartly decided to stay over at the Madison Hotel, which is connected to this railcar restaurant called Rod's. But I've got to go help Mike Poplawski set up. Let's head inside. Mr. Poplawski, I presume.
Welcome. All aboard. Follow me. You see, this is the actual train car. You're now stepping into the car. Notice assorted drinks. And somewhere in here is a Bollinger. Oh, I'm sorry, not a Bollinger.
Dom Perignon. Lovely.
All right, come in here. Multiple rooms, but ours is back here. Here's another welcome sign.
Oh, very nice.
And down here is the glory of it all.
Oh my gosh. Absolutely beautiful.
Come and look at this. They outdid themselves with the menus.
Oh my gosh. How much fun. So if this wasn't enough to have it in this amazing environment, look at the menu that they created. And this is the type of opulence that you would expect out of a James Bond train event. Absolutely amazing. Cannot wait. right, so Mike has shown us around our train car for the evening. I honestly feel like I've been transported to the 1950s and 60s when this type of opulence and yes, Bond, danger, and mayhem occurred. But you know, I had choices tonight, sartorial choices. I could have done Connery, and you'll probably get some Connery people tonight. But I decided to go full on Daniel Craig from Spectre, another train scene, if you remember. In fact, you could see right here, I've got a wonderful homage ivory jacket from Anthony Sinclair. It's got the peak lapels. It's all correct, even with the 2 buttons, which I know drives Matt Spazer absolutely crazy. But I've got the pearl studs. I've got the right self-tie tie. I've got the carnation, just like he had in the movie. And I even have, look at this, the JB cufflinks. Talk about detail. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I show you the Omega watch, the correct Spectre one? And even down to my feet, I've got the right tuxedo shoes that he wears, the Crockett and Jones ones. So I'm fully loaded, fully stocked, however you want to put it. And I'm really curious to see how others are going to show up, because Mike said one thing to them. They said, look, if we really are going to do this right, if this is going to be a Bond event in a train that transports you to a different time and yet maybe even into the movie, you got to come looking the part. Leave your cargo shorts at home, leave your Sunspell polos. Come dressed to impress. I'm really curious to see how they show up. But you know something? Let's speak to the man himself, the host, and find out what inspired him to do this to begin with. Mike, cheers.
Here's to us.
Here's to us. We are the best. What does the scaremonger say?
I forget.
Oh, that is a delicious. I got a gin martini, so dry there's no vermouth, and some olives, because I figure I'm doing the Daniel Craig thing. Not a dirty one, though. What did you get?
I have a vodka martini with a twist. Very dry, but I told him a couple of drops of vermouth so I don't feel like I'm drinking pure vodka.
Ah, how do you take it? Straight up, with
Straight
a
up.
twist, Commander.
With a twist.
Mike, take me back. Not all the way to the 1950s like this train car is doing, but take me back to many months ago when we had a conversation. You came back from this amazing restaurant and you showed me pictures. What was your impetus to really do a Bond event here?
Well, I came here for a birthday party for my son.
Yeah.
I hadn't been here in, it has to be a good 20 years. I forgot all about the place. I walked in and I walked around the cars. As soon as I saw this one, I knew this has a Bond feel to it. And I posted those photos on Instagram, and David saw them and said, "Where is this place?"
I did.
And it just clicked right there. We have to do something here. A homage to Fleming and railway trains and all this, and James Bond and drinking and getting beaten up on a train. What else could you ask for?
That will happen. I do actually, I've come prepared for a sticky fight with Hanks, by the way, in case. So if you need to borrow this, I'm sure you've got your own weapons. But listen, Mike, thank you for doing this. Can't wait until the guests come. They should be here any moment.
Yeah.
We've got Kyle Barbeau just showed up looking very Connery. Kyle, what are you wearing today, by the way?
I've got a charcoal gray suit, the Turnbull shirt and tie, just like from Russia with Love. I'm ready to take the Orient Express.
Are you ready for danger and mayhem? Because this is not going to be a calm meal.
I'm kind of hoping that a fist fight breaks out, and if it has to be me, that's fine.
This gentleman may instigate it.
That's true.
I know, right? Hopefully you can pick out the PPK quick enough, just in case he starts attacking
This
you.
is New Jersey. I'm not supposed to have it.
Oh, that's okay.
Tough place.
We'll keep it a secret. Right.
Thank you.
Go ahead
We've got Joe Darlington and Mary here. You guys ready for tonight?
Absolutely.
Anything can and will happen. Oh, nice old fashioned.
Yep, doing the old fashioned
You
today.
still buzzing from the book launch?
Big time, yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Went great.
Great turnout.
Turn around.
It's not a picture. She doesn't have to turn around. She just has to act. We've got Kyle reenacting the undulation. Can you do the belly thing? Oh, that is the belly thing. That is remarkably accurate. You have to watch him undulate all night.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, just real quick, I want to welcome everybody here. Quick discussion. First of all, everybody, thank you so much for coming. I'm going to introduce right away the gentleman that put this together. This has been a person who has been a bit of a spectator from an event standpoint and thought to themselves, you know something, this might be an interesting evening of James Bond fans getting together in an incredible, almost transformational, transportive type of environment and invite us for a spectacular evening. So, ladies and gentlemen, Michael Poplawski. So, Mike, let's kick this off the right way. First of all,
before we go all out, I want to tell you, I've had a particularly fascinating life. Would you like to hear about it?
and for the 4 people that understood that, that was a quote from Rush with Love.
You would?
Hold that up like Mariah Carey, like we talked about.
Mariah Carey. Yes. So, what was the point? Oh, my outfit?
Your outfit tonight.
I went for pure Connery from Russia with Love. Russia with Love. The gray Glen plaid suit, the knit tie, and the light blue shirt. He wore this on the ferry. He wore this, I think, almost all the time throughout the movie. Trying to think of other scenes, but it was like the standard Sean Connery look during that movie. So
It was.
he fell right into place.
And I've decided to lean towards Daniel Craig tonight. So I'm doing the whole Spectre look. I was going to go Connery, but I figured there'd be enough representation. I see Connery. So there's enough Connery. So we're going to have a nice mix tonight. And we're going to fill the train tonight with information, education about trains and James Bond. You ready for this?
I hope so.
All right.
We're ready. We're ready to go.
We're ready to go. So we're going to have drinks, food. If you need a drink, please go out to the bar, help yourself. I am getting the red Chianti with fish.
I can't complain. I never drink white.
It's a bold move, right? It's all right. It'll be fine. By the way, there are quotes on your tables. Feel free to read them. There may be, from what I hear, a tarantula and a snake somewhere. So, Maurice found it. Apologies. This is New Jersey, after all. There are critters.
They're making out right now, so.
Oh. What happens on the train stays on the train. So we're going to kick it off a little bit because we want to talk about trains. We want to talk about Ian Fleming, and we want to talk about James Bond. But we want to talk about your inspiration. Why did you decide to even have an event here, Mike?
Well, I came here around March. I had been here many years, and I walked around the cars, and as soon as I walked in this room, I was like, this is it. You want to do the North by Northwest? You want to do From Russia with Love? This is the car to have a Bond function at. It just fell into place. And as soon as I posted, David called me up and said, where is this place? We got to do something. I said, you're right. I found my event location. This is it.
And the one thing you said was, which is so good, and I see everybody's followed suit, is dress to impress. This is a James Bond event. We got to leave the cargo shorts at home, which we did this one time.
What are those?
He doesn't even own a t-shirt. If you know the guy, you know him.
Sneakers?
So we got to talk about Fleming. So we're going to have just 2 major interruptions. We're going to talk about Fleming, and then we'll talk about the movies. But Fleming had a major distrust of trains. You know, he thought that they were very claustrophobic. They thought that they reeked of drama and espionage. I mean, this is a beautiful train, but this is also something that Fleming feared. What do you know about Fleming and trains?
Well, I think I remember his quote, which kind of goes against what you just said. He said his novels were for the average heterosexual sitting in a train station. They need to read something adventurous while they're waiting for a train or riding a train, so they're on board. And that was his whole focus.
That's true.
And he spent a lot of time on trains. In the 30s, he traveled all over Europe. He went to Switzerland for school. He wanted to pass the Foreign Service test, which he didn't quite get. But doing all that, he realized he had a direction for journalism. But he went all over Europe, even to Moscow. So he loved trains. He loved the mystique. He studied them. He was on the Orient Express many times. And if you read From Russia with Love, you'll see the detail he puts into that train ride.
But
Yeah.
he hated trains. So I used ChatGPT, and he used these old, musty paperbacks. No.
I'm ready.
That's mine for Hinks later. You could play the game. But the reality is that he had a distrust of trains. But how did it come out of the novels? Because I know that some, obviously From Russia with Love, they involved the novels.
people don't understand that even Dr. No talked about train rides, that Bond would wax poetic almost nervously about riding on trains. So tell me the different novels that trains come up.
Now?
Right now.
Yeah.
Get out your Cliff Notes. I knew it was coming.
You would not believe how
Oh,
much
you had read them.
I've got it read. But the thing with him is he used trains as, it sounds weird, but as relaxing for Bond, because he was going from safety to danger, and he had a period of time he was on his own. Except for certain novels, of course, for Morristown with Love, he ends up having the battle with Red Grant during that mission. Let's say what else?
Moonraker, he also meets
Yeah.
Drax in the novel
Yeah,
on a train.
Yeah, Moonraker, Diamonds Are Forever, Goldfinger, just very quickly on trains. Goldfinger's weird because he gets on the train, gets to the train at the end in the novel. Goldfinger thought he'd get away with the gold. The other syndicates with their trucks, they would get caught. They would sit there and track the police and the army away from him while he got on his train and got to the coast. But that's where he had his actual face-to-face with Oddjob by the train at that time. So it was very quick at the end of the novel. Whereas in the movie, no, there was none in the movie, was there?
Okay, you were doing so well.
No, that's it. That was
the
one
amount
of
of
the side.
pride that I had.
Yeah. Okay. It was like a side note at the end of the book. It didn't come up in the movie.
It was so I think there were 11 novels where he at least mentions trains, which is fascinating in and of itself, that he either waxes poetic about it, like you were saying.
Well, one of my favorites,
Oh.
when it was laid back trips, was in Live and Let Die, when he takes the Silver Phantom from New York down to Florida. And I especially love the scenes, was it's really laid back. He's got solitaire with him. There's no issues, there's no fights going on. But I love his description when he hits Florida. Since my parents retired to Florida, he looks out and he talked about the blue-haired ladies sitting on the benches outside the train station. So I was like, oh, this is it. But of course, the movie, it happens at the end of the novel with the big battle on board the train.
Yeah. Did anybody read the Shakespeare book about Fleming? You did. There's a couple people saying yes. There's a huge book that talks about the bringing up of Fleming, and one of the things that people talked about was him having to take trains because of his education, but also he was attacked as a teenager on a train. I know. That's why you got to read the Shakespeare book.
I did. I
Yeah.
forgot it.
It's okay. It's okay. So, I mean, it's one of these things that I think it's a love-hate relationship with trains. This, in and of itself, is a wonderful relationship. We have fans from all over looking for this type of opulence. What can we expect tonight?
Food, drinks,
Yeah.
camaraderie,
Who could ask for anything
mayhem,
more?
maybe some mayhem later.
There might be some mayhem, yeah. If you see anybody outside the windows, you can immediately ask suspicious.
Yeah.
Is anybody out there?
All right, we'll let everybody get back to their foods. The first course is being served, and we'll be back to talk about the movies of the train. Yeah?
Very good.
All right, talk to you then.
See you later, Ryan.
Oh, maybe.
We went to Provincetown. First thing we do is,
You guys enjoying the train?
We're loving it. Where are we?
We still haven't left the station, though. That's the unfortunate part. I see you're drinking Chianti, but you're going to have meat with that, right?
Red meat, yes.
So you're doing it
I
right.
know what I'm doing.
I know. I'm embarrassed.
And we were just walking by a bar.
Got Mr. Ken Stauffer and
Oh,
Miles.
hey, how we doing?
Everybody's hanging out, having a good time. Got Clyde and Mike. I'm going to slip by Clyde real quick. You're good, you're good.
So I'm hoping I can make it up.
We've got George and his son. I have ordered the Chianti with the fish. Nothing's more suspicious than fish and red Chianti, but I had to commit to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, quick interruption. Please keep dining,
Keep enjoying yourself. Keep the conversations going. Hope is everybody having a good time? Yeah. Great. It's an amazing environment. We've had some great conversations already. We're going to keep them going. And this time we're moving from Fleming and novels to the world of movies. Quick volunteer. There's no punitive damage if you get this wrong. But who knows how many Bond movies actually have a train as a focal point? Tough one, right? Oh, go ahead.
Well, do you count GoldenEye? Like
Absolutely.
absolutely. Okay, so I'd say 4 off the top of my head.
Believe it or not, there's 7.
I was just gonna say 7.
You should have said 7. Where were you?
007.
Take the risk, 007. And by the way, there's 8 if you count On Her Majesty's Secret Service when the train pulls in. But let's talk about the first one, obviously from Russia with Love. Mike, what do you think about that particular train scene? Boring, right?
It's the best. As I said before, it was written so well in the novel, they took it almost word for word right to the movie. The Red Grant, the fight, the travel, the black choker. What can you say negative about that? It's beautiful.
You're right, though. It is almost directly taken out of the novel, and I think that's why we always say go back to Fleming. So you can't go wrong in the movie. And to me, as much as Spectre, which is obviously one of the other ones, a la Outfit, they still never did it better than that as far as a train.
No, it's set the standard.
Yeah.
From then on, and one of the first ones too with a train. So it was perfect.
So the next one in chronological order was Live and Let Die.
Yeah.
Right? We got a pretty big train scene at the end there with Teehee.
Yeah. Instead of the middle of the novel, it's at the end of the film.
That's
right. The big ending.
And we've got Baron Samedi, eat all your vegetables. 7 Up. Never had it, never will. I can't. What was next?
The Spy Who Loved Me. Sleeper Train. Fight with Jaws.
That's right. And we all love Jaws. Now we've got somebody in the room, way in the corner, who just saw The Spy Who Loved Me last night. Elon, right?
Yes, I did.
Did we see the sleeper train? Did we get to that point?
Sleeper train, yes.
You didn't fall
It
asleep?
was a little pixelated, but it was pretty good for 35.
It's okay. 35 millimeter we fully accept. 1 millimeter difficult, but 35 is fine. Jaws, now you brought your son because that was your first Bond film, right?
Correct.
I mean, that's what it's all about, introducing us to family. We've got George and his son right here. This is about passing it on from generation. What did your son think of Jaws?
He got a nosebleed.
Oh, no!
Jaws bit his nose.
So it's true that Jaws causes aneurysms.
I think it was the thing he was most looking forward to in the movie because there's not a lot of characters that kids can rally around.
Yes.
Larger than life. And if you watch James Bond Jr., Jaws is the first character to appear in the first episode of that. So it's something that he just connects with. I think it's really cool.
And I think that's why they reintroduced him in Moonraker, because kids wound up falling in love with this baddie that they turned to somebody good. What was the next film that had a train in it?
Oh, what did we... Octopussy?
I mean, come on.
Running on top of the train, dressed in a gorilla suit. Is that the one?
That is the one.
That's the one.
Knife throwing people,
Yep.
all types of stuff. And I have to tell you, Octopussy, from a train standpoint, there's one gentleman in the room, it's almost a who's who as we go around talking about trains, who has convinced me to give Octopussy another try besides my son, and that is Joe Darlington, who said, you need to think of Octopussy as Roger Moore's espionage from Russia with Love. It's got the train, it's got good spy intrigue, and I watched it in that lens, and it became a better movie. Like, it wasn't the silly monkey movie with a clown guy going through it anymore. It was something a little bit more of intrigue, and I think the train really added to that whole mystery.
Then?
Yeah.
GoldenEye.
Oh!
The villain's lair, armored train, and the laser watch. Laser beam.
The laser. Which I still like today, although that train does look like the fake Groucho Marx glasses. Like the nose of that train. Watch it next time. You'll never see GoldenEye the same way again, I promise you. What do we got next?
Casino Royale. high-speed train, Bond meets Vesper.
Yes, that's
You
right.
can't forget that. Just a dinner.
You know, some people have named their Instagram accounts after that.
What's that?
Some people have named their Instagram accounts after that.
But we can never remember it. Easy smile and beautiful watches. Right here, everybody. Damn it. Is that what it is? I always get that wrong.
Yeah. Well, the next is a biggie was Skyfall.
Skyfall.
There's two train scenes in that. You've got the on top of the passenger train,
which is
a great
to me,
scene.
That all right. So there's Craig. Cool. I said Craig. Cool scenes where like Quantum of Solace, he's very cool. But when he like shoots his cuffs after he lands, we all want to do that. I mean, come on, everybody on this train. I don't care if you're a James Bond adjacent fan, you've wanted to do that.
Yep.
What's the other one?
Well, in the same movie, you've got the metro tearing through the tunnels.
That's right. That counts.
Technically, that's a train.
That is a train move. By the way, I totally forgot half of this. This is great. All right, what's the next one?
Next one is Spectre. The Hinks fight.
The Hinks fight, which allegedly we are going to recreate tonight with Joe Darlington and David Zaretsky. And you guys need to act as the passengers that suddenly disappeared during that flight. I don't know where they went to, but they're not there during the flight.
So we upped it from 7 films. It's actually 8.
It's I think it's 9.
Is it? What's the 9?
Well, 7, 8, 9. That's why it's so afraid of it. Come on.
Oh, God.
I'm a dad, everybody. You're
Oh,
gonna
my
laugh.
God.
Can I ask you a question? So, put this away. In your estimation, the novel train moments versus the film train moments, which do you think are more indelible? Which do you think really have that impact?
You mean what, being connected?
No.
Or
to
just-
you, which ones have the most impact? Who did it better?
I
I'll
think...
break it down so even
me? I
even you.
understand? Okay.
Yes.
I'm
Who did
listening.
it better, movies or novels? And we're going to poll the audience in a second.
I think sometimes the movies are a little on the goofy side.
Oh.
But as far as novel, I think Casino Royale, both, they set the standard for the Red Grand fight. And in the book, then it's great too. They both meet up.
Yeah.
All the other ones seem to be a little bit different from the book. Way like was it what we just said, Diamonds Are Forever, whatever. Is it end of the movie or the middle of the book or
Good point.
whatever it is?
Yeah. And by the way, the Red Grand fight, if you haven't read the novel version of it, it's really brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, brutal. The fight on the train in the movie is brutal, but not as brutal as the book. By the way, from you all, movie or novel, which one do you like better from a train standpoint? Novels. Yeah, well said. Got to know novels, yeah.
And
You're
I-
patting me in the back like you want to say something.
I just thought of the ones just came to me. The was it Diamonds Are Forever? Going out west to Las Vegas? Am I thinking the right one?
In the book, yeah.
They're the fight on the train. Yeah, exactly, Spectreville.
That's right.
That's a good one, too.
Yeah, it just came to me. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What a goofy scene that is.
It's a goofy scene.
But
I
it was
love
fun.
that. I love that your synapse fire has like a 24-hour delay.
Hey,
Nobody doesn't love that.
it was a war wound. I'm sorry.
No, I know. It's the shrapnel on the right side. By the way, if I stood on his right side, nothing. Left side, genius. It's amazing. This is how it goes. Mike, first of all, I know we're about to have dessert. We're going to socialize into the night. Thank you so much for putting this together.
Thank you.
I think, it's funny. As much as we always say, like, oh, we need to do something. We need to speak about trains. And we need to have a spider and a snake and things like that. You are always the secret ingredient. Like, just putting people in a room of Bond fans and having a conversation makes it special. So thank you for doing this. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Poplawski.
Thank you all. You guys made this all special. I look over this room, it's like, what? Did I do this? But here we are. Here we are, enjoying ourselves.
Full of culture.
The culture of what?
You're getting emotional there, right? A little bit?
No.
Oh.
No, they wouldn't let Lazenby do it, so I won't either.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Wow, that's a deep cut. Thank you, Mike. All right, enjoy your coffee and dessert.
And they
Yes, I used to listen to that. I listened to that. Yes. That was great. I saw it. Yeah, with the secret.
That was kind of one right across me on the train.
Well, that's the last we're going to see it go.
I know, right?
I think they fell off the train.
It's the dumbest thing in all of the Yeah, partially. Yeah, it was him and another guy.
I don't realize
I promised you a couple of surprises, a little bit of mayhem. Exactly, Rose. Cue the dramatic music, like what you did there. We have George and his son here tonight. Now, what you need to know about George is, besides being a Bond fan, he is also an amazing prop creator, and he has brought some pretty astounding things today. So, George, if you could come over here and show us your first piece. He's sort of brought some show and tell to impress us all. The amazing toys would make Hugh Branch blush. We're going to coax him around the corner.
First of all, I want to say I'm thrilled to be here with all you fine people. I don't get out of the basement much, so bring a few pieces. I'm sure most of you should recognize where this is from.
Do you all recognize it?
Yes.
Joe, what is it?
Golden Opry. Golden. Oh my gosh.
Jeez, Joe.
I didn't drink this much, I swear. Goldfinger pre-title.
Exactly, exactly. And I see if I can. It works. Doesn't explode.
Hope it doesn't work too good.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, only will work once.
It's going. It's just. These type of things kind of represent a lot of research. It's done in a collaboration between people like myself. You see something on screen and you fall in love with it and you want to have it, but it's not something you can just go out to the store and buy. So it starts with getting screenshots and doing research and making drawings, and then you collaborate with other people who have information, with machinists, or maybe today 3D printers, and you put this together, and there's the AJB forum has a lot of information and people that can critique things. But
How much of this did you have to make versus find?
well, okay, that's a good question, because this is a collaboration really amongst three people. So the part that I contributed here was this piece here. So if you go back home and you watch the opening scene in Goldfinger where he goes in and he plants the bomb, you'll see there's a couple of seconds of this device, he's holding it, and if you freeze the screen and you turn it upside down, it says Sectronic on it. So that was the part that we were looking for. We're trying to identify this mechanism here. So I was able to identify this, and then working with some other people that are sort of on the dark web. Able to get machinists to fabricate the other pieces, and then there were other people that have expertise in batteries, because you've got to get the right batteries to fit, and so we got it all together, and so this is the first piece I brought to show everyone today. I'm glad you recognized it.
It's amazing. And by the way, I mean, we all understand factory entertainment will make 1,000, 2,000 pieces. This is one of a kind, and it comes from the passion of many people that put it together. But it's because you had a gap in your collection and said, I want that. It doesn't exist. It needs to be created.
The other thing about it that I love is that it brings people together. For the longest time, I'm working in the basement by myself, and I'm thinking I'm the only one out there doing this. And then as you dive into it more and more, you realize there's other people in other countries all over the world that are doing similar things. And it's that collaboration that, it's sort of like you're all holding hands and having a drink at the same time until you finally get to that point where it all comes together.
What's the next piece, George?
I'll be right back.
All right. There's more to come. This is amazing. By the way, George has curated his collection. He has a mixture of toys from the 60s all the way up to today. And then again, I've known him for many years, over a decade. And if there's a prop to be had and it doesn't exist, he will create it from scratch.
So this is something, this is maybe more in tune with today's celebration and get together. So when I saw the film, and I've seen all the Bond films first run, that's how old I am. But I always loved this carrying case, this camera, and it doesn't exist. It was something that was fabricated for the film, just like the prop we just looked at. These are things that you couldn't go out and just buy. But a lot of the pieces you see in the Bond film are things that they just got, you know. They didn't have Amazon back then, but there was something they would store by, and it served as some sort of background noise, but not this. So in the film, this is when he goes on the ferry, and he's recording the conversation. So I fabricated this a number of years ago, and what you'll see is that this is a recording device that you see on film, and it works. And this is the same camera that's on film. And the challenge with making this, because it's custom made, is that how do you get all this together? Yeah. And it was through trial and error that I realized that they must have done it like an origami. Each one of these pieces has to fold down like a bird opening its wings, and you have to use, what I did was I basically used two different pieces of wood with the hasp being in the inside, so it's all hidden, so you don't see it, because that was the only way to get the camera in there. And as an added benefit, when I was fabricating this on film, there's a slot here, but there's nothing in the slot. So I made it exactly to scale. And then when I was getting the battery for the recording device, I realized that the battery fits in here perfectly. And I knew at that point, I had a home run, that it was exactly right, because the battery I had fit in there. And I didn't make it that way. I just knew there was a slot, but I didn't know what the slot was for. And the battery fit in perfectly. So that was...
George, how long does it take you to create something like this?
Sometimes it takes over a decade, because you get stuck when you're trying to find something and you can't find it. And then sometimes you need a machinist. And if you ever gone to a machine shop, they're out of business. I've gone to machine shops and I've begged them.
And you're low priority because you're not making 1,000 of
That's
something.
it. That's what they told me. Well, look, mister, I can make 500, but I'm not going to make one. So you can't get anyone to make things. And we don't have that skill set here anymore. Most of that stuff is in other countries. So this was all handmade. And again, the challenge was trying to figure out how does it go, what camera, what parts to get. But at the end, you got it.
Beautiful.
All right.
That's amazing. I mean, there's levels of passion, and then there's levels of passion. And this is why it was so important. I mean, if I'm being transparent with you, part of this was I wanted to do a show and tell to show you something very different tonight. A part of it is just to meet George, to see, like, you know, there's different corners of the James Bond universe that we all inhabit. And you can be uniquely aligned to those corners. Like, this guy owns that whole corner. I mean, he makes Q Branch look embarrassing. What the?
The original helmet was lost, I believe, for several decades, and was recently found relatively, and went on some auction for some crazy money. But I put this together about 10 years ago, I think it was. And again, it's finding the kind of helmet. The lens was very difficult, and it was, again, through collaboration of contacting other people that are out there. It's like in the Matrix, there are people out there that are like the Oracle, or like the Architect. They just know everything, and they can identify the lenses. So it's getting the helmet, and then the camera I fabricated myself. I don't have all the tools I needed, but it's just a lot of elbow grease and cutting and getting it right to the right size, and then finding a mask that kind of gives you that impression of wearing it. And there you go. To give you an example, like this is a helmet that was used in Vietnam helicopters. Yep. So that's what, and this is a camera that's a lens wrapper. It's a very rare piece from Japan. They only made several of these. So when you bring it all together like that, you have this. And I've seen the original, and it's dead on.
Well, I'm going to ask you the least important question anybody should ask you about this piece. Where'd you get that mask?
It was someplace in Europe that makes clown masks. And they sold this mask, and when I saw it, I said, wait a minute, that's going to be perfect for this.
Oh my gosh.
Right, yeah, so it's supposed to be a clown mask. But
So it's not supposed to be Con, right?
well, they put it as a spy clown.
So
I knew. But it's close enough. Close enough.
Yeah.
So, saving the best for last.
All right. We got one more thing coming up. These are amazing, aren't they? This is crazy.
Little Nelly in the parking lot.
Yeah. it's being pulled up, Clyde. Clyde, you've got the room. Clyde has a, I mean, we probably all have our, this is so pejorative to say man corner, Bond cave, whatever it is. Clyde has one because he loves cigars so much. He's put in his own, like, fumigation unit. You know, its own kind of venting and things like that. And again, this is like what we do. We love something, we corner it, we engage with it, and wow, what do we have here? Oh, I know what this is already, just from the drawings.
No, but I'm going to give you just a little bit of quick background. When you're researching something like that you want to make that you can't buy off the shelf, you know, you're gonna start with photographs. So the original prop, which is at the beginning of Goldfinger, was sold on auction. So I had to enlarge the picture to the scale size.
Do you all know what this is already?
Right, and then I had to figure out what the parts are. So you do a full size.
Wow.
And then from there, you know, I had to make a book. All these have books that have drawings that I have to make of the sizes, the dimensions, and everything that I'm going to need to fabricate the piece. And this was my favorite piece because at the opening of Goldfinger, if you watch closely, he's got a grapple gun that he uses. So I built the grapple gun. Wow. And made case.
Somebody get a good picture of that.
Wow.
Wow.
The interesting piece about it is in the film when he's shooting it, most people don't realize it, but at the front of it is a Mitchell spinning reel for fishing. And this is what holds, I can't take it out here, but this opens up like an umbrella. And it's used when he shoots it over the wall to hook up and pull himself up. And it's just got a Mitchell reel on it. But when you get all the pieces together, and this is an example of when I needed machinist work. So we had to basically hire someone in the UK to make the pieces because you can't make somebody here. Nobody here would do it. So we use water jetting to make some of the parts. But that's it.
So when I first met you, George, you were starting to put this together, and now to see it in fruition the way it is,
Good memory.
it's unbelievable to see it. I mean, these are artifacts that don't exist. It's a different level altogether.
Thank you.
Amazing. Can I ask your son something?
please. No,
Get over
okay.
here.
You said-
I know. He's like, oh, don't focus on me. Get over here. This guy has showed up to more gatherals and more events than most adults. Can you tell everybody how old you are?
30 years old.
30 years old. I knew you. My wife just said, I remember when he came over to our house when you were a kid. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
So you're seeing all these things. You're seeing Dad build big boy toys and James Bond. What kind of effect has this had on you?
It's had a profound effect. I mean, the only reason I'm wearing an Omega or doing any of these things that I do is because of my dad. All my friends talking about sports and everything, and I'm trying to talk to them about a Bond movie. I'm in my own little corner there, but it's had a profound effect on me.
It's amazing because I think it binds people together. And I hear a lot, and the reason I asked you this question was very directional. I hear a lot of people saying the new Bond of today has to attract a younger audience. And I really feel that it's become a family thing, and that if you stay true to who Bond is and you pass this down, I mean, we just talked to Elon about him bringing his son to his first full screen adaptation of a Bond film. I mean, these are the things that we pass on together. So it is a special moment, and we're proud of your dad. I'm sure you are too.
Oh, very proud, very proud.
Great to be here.
But there's a lot of dimension to Bond. I think it's been going on since the 50s. So people could be fans of different actors, different movies. For one, I'm very excited for the new video game coming out, First Light. So my dad and I were just having a conversation earlier, and we have very different opinions. I say, they're going in a different direction with a younger face, and you know, there's generational divides amongst opinions, but we're all still fans of Bond.
That's it. I mean, by the way, in the disagreements, we can all agree that we still connect around one character.
Oh, absolutely.
We're just served up differently.
Yeah, I completely agree with you.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's thank George and his son. Appreciate it. Great job, guys. Thank you so much. Boys with toys. George had one more thing to show in case anybody got out of hand. Oh boy. Yeah.
Use it on you if you're not right.
Perfect.
For me. Take you around.
here we go.
It doesn't tell good time, but.
Show that again. That's amazing. And you built that?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, amazing.
We have the room to about 9 o'clock. If you want to eventually break up and head to the bar, continue our festivities and socializing, we can mingle, have a good time. I'm here, everybody's here, and we're about almost done. I hope you all enjoyed this evening, and I've heard people saying we should do this every year, and maybe we should come back again next year.
Yeah. I agree. Thank you for putting it together.
Hopefully, you should say at the end of every operation, thanks for coming.
You win a car. You win a car.
All right, well, everybody has retired to the bar, so that's where I'm heading. What an amazing night. Education of trains, Fleming, James Bond movies. We saw props, we saw great people and told amazing stories. This is what the Bond community is all about. This is why we do these things. And I do want to thank again Mike Poplawski for a great evening. Thanks for making me a part of it. And can't wait to go on the Orient Express again. But I think my next gin is waiting for me. Talk to you soon. Mike, you happy with the way everything turned out?
Yeehaw, baby. It was great. Everything went so well. Everyone wants to come back again next year. I think I'll come back too.
I hear you're going to have it next year.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Good. Well,
Sign up now. It's only 26 seats.
Well, we'll see you then, my friend. Certain paintings may have been stolen at the event. And I'm not saying who stole these paintings, these rare paintings, but the evidence is pretty obvious. Yeah. Thanks for watching the Bond Experience. If you like what you saw, why don't you subscribe to the channel by clicking this button right here. We'll keep you up on everything new that's happening in the world of Bond. And speaking of something new, here's something new just for you because we know you so well. Talk to you soon.